Okay. What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with my experience in Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. And with all of this conversation that's going on right now about Yu-Gi-Oh and the current state of the game and the crisis that's going on, I never got a chance to talk about my experience with Yu-Gi-Oh! And what my experience with the trading card game has been. So, why don't I go ahead and talk about it? Because I'm pretty sure many of you would like to hear, my experience with things. So, I'm going to make this another two-part video as well, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that is one extra card. Sorry, I was also in like the process of building my deck as well for another deck profile or whatnot. But yeah, it's been some things. Of course, people have been people have been talking about the experiences. I, of course, just did my two-part video about the crisis in Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, of course, a lot of people, if you haven't watched it, please do, because I am definitely talking about a lot of experiences from not just basically overall what's going on in the game right now, and how a lot of people are, just handling the situation, how things about the situation are being handled, and just the overall, yeah, a lot of people are not very happy um, with how things are going. So, I have entered a lot of locals throughout my years. Many of them have not been pleasant. Many of them have been very strenuous. So, when we talk about, dealing with the game in terms of getting the short end of the stick, I've definitely experienced some short ends of the stick, let me tell you. And I have some good examples of short ends of the stick. Because, like Jessica said, topping certain events, those top eights, those top fours, we don't get nothing. We just get a pat on the back, and that's even if they like you. So let me explain how things have shamood. So I remember, um, was this? These are years back. So my first experience, so let me tell you about my first locals. My first locals was called Collector's Corner in Oakland, California. The area is the Piedmont area. No one actually writes like Piedmont, California on there. If they did, because Piedmont is technically not a city, it's just an area. Um, but yeah, I remember going there because my brother took me to this area. Uh, so it's really more so if I'm just getting started. I actually just never been to a locals. I met a lot of people. If anyone who knows me, you know that 9 out of 10, you either know me for being at Collector's Corner or you know me from my years of playing in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. And I'm talking about more IRL. I'm not talking about people who know me through just online stuff. So, um, with the lineup of things that are what they are, my first experience with locals was just, yeah, it was this experience. I didn't win. I was playing a single elimination, which I didn't know was a big factor of it. But I did receive a prize for it. For entering that tournament, and I was surprised of, hey, you're gonna get Turbo Pack. I believe I pulled the Sam Knight, a GB Sam Knight, and I traded it for a Black Rose Dragon. So I mean, she's still relevant, and unfortunately, Gladiator Beasts have not had too much of a good heyday, which kind of sucks for GB stuff. But even at that time, I was told that was a worthy trade. Trade your Black Rose Dragon. I mean, trade a because it was not a common Black Rose. I think it was a Tens Black Rose Dragon. But still, it was worth trading for the Sam Knight. Because Black Rose was at 1, Sam Knight was at 3. Although GB's was a really good deck, and I didn't really invest in GB's, I'm not going to lie. That's only because Heraclinos, Proving Grounds, and stuff like that were expensive. I think I made the right call by just getting the Black Rose Dragon and wanting to build my extra deck as it was. The experience was humbling. I believe I played my friend Alex in my first tournament, and I think Alex was playing Monarch or some very no, it was like Pitch Black. That was the name. That was the name of the deck. It was like a whole bunch of dark monsters, and you utilize dark monsters effects because Dark was recovering from the whole hits from Teledad at that point and everything. So yeah, that's my first experience with a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Throughout the years, most of my Yu-Gi-Oh experiences were on very casual level, very casual play. Because from there, I played it to other Then I started playing in more locals. There was the locals in Berkeley, which if anyone knows the games of Berkeley, that doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. They do like every other card game except for it. I don't even think they do. Do they do One Piece? I don't think they do One Piece. I know they sell One Piece, but they do sell Yu-Gi-Oh product. They just don't have tournaments for Yu-Gi-Oh because when they did the transition, they cut out Yu-Gi-Oh. A lot of Bay Area stores have transitioned to cut out Yu-Gi-Oh because Yu-Gi-Oh be ratchet. Anyway, so there was the next locals that I went to. That was my primary locals. That was D20. D20 at the time was owned by a lovely lady named Susan. And if Susan or any of her sons see this video, hi. And it was a very amazing, humbling, and yeah, it was an experience to say. Susan was a very nice store owner, especially with everything that was going on. Susan was an amazing person. She really is. And we played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh there. There was a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh situations. There was a lot of good, a lot of bad. My overall things through Yu-Gi-Oh's events was that I rarely topped any of the events, but at least I did well enough to know that I had some mark in the game. I experienced a lot of sneak peeks there, which were really cool. I experienced a lot of the overall good times that outweighed a lot of the bad. So, what was my first bad experience at locals at D20? Well, this was after Susan left, in which I realized, yeah, I get the short end of the stick. No, was it when Susan was there? Because we were trying to figure out the rankings for an event. I lost the frog, so I guess that doesn't really count, but whatever. So I'm just gonna move on then, because no one likes frogs at that point, because frogs were meta. People were really not liking frogs. So we can go ahead and move on to after then, where you know dealing with burn decks is always an issue. It's more so when you have to deal with burn and final countdown that becomes an issue as well. Then all the stunts shit because Malefics and all of that, but oh god, that was just a issue of its own. What really would say? Cause sneak peeks are sneak peeks. I don't really count those, especially when I don't get what I need from them. We're going to when it changed over when Susan, when Ben became the owner of D20 and he started focus. He wanted to focus on Yu-Gi-Oh as well. It was a very rocky start, not gonna lie. But I did experience some things that involve being on a team. And being on a team, I'm just gonna say this now, I've never went back to being on a team after. Thank God. Because sorry, team things with early Yu-Gi-Oh! Was always the drama. And I have to say from personal experiences, yeah, no, it's not worth it. It's never worth being on a team. Like, unless I would say, just be in a group of friends and you guys just play the game. That's it, that's all. Don't try to team it out or anything. Please, because it's, no. So, my first experience of what I felt, well, my next experience of feeling what it was playing in a tournament and getting fourth and then getting nothing to show for it. Kind of similar to how where Jessica was talking about how she went top 8 at Worlds and had nothing to show for it. So, yet again, here I am playing in a format full of decks that really do better than I do. And I'm playing my little Harpie. And now I have to play against Katakuri Machina Plant. Obviously, yeah, no, I didn't win against Katakuri Machina Plant. Tried my best, really did. Then to find out, oh, you're getting fourth, you don't get shit. With the amount of people entering the tournament and you're telling me I don't get shit, but just a pat on the back? Then what the fuck? I should have just lost the last round. And then what even hurts me more is that these people that were supposed to be on my team, we jumped up and found out they weren't even part of the team anymore. They jumped ship and made their own. Yeah. So, yeah, it was just like, this why don't they do that team shit? No, and throughout the whole time of it, while I was struggling to really just form some name of it, I literally watched, like, the quote team fall apart and whatever. And it was just like, karma is that bitch, huh? And I just stepped away and just let things happen till the team had disbanded yet again, and then the team rebuilt at a point, and then everybody was like, do we really want to really just, focus on being a team or whatever? And I think at that point we said, no, it's okay. So then I dealt with my second unfortunate situation of a loss. Where no, I topped two in this situation. I did. I topped two in this situation. And what ended up happening was... No. No, my first top at region... No, I got third at that point. That was with agents. That was a fun top. I beat Dino Rabbit. I should have lost that match too, because I should have just played the honest instead. I was trying to be cute. Excuse me. But I didn't win it. I just got third. I still got something for it. Felt bad for fourth place because I didn't get shit. And that's when I realized I knew what that feeling was like, because I've been in that situation. And the person who got fourth was like, I really get nothing else. Unfortunately, yeah, you don't. But I gave him what I had because I didn't really want shit from it, even at that point. And then we turn around, and then here's my next major issue of loss. I topped two in the event. Let me tell you how this happened. So the event itself happened, and I make it to the final round. My opponent doesn't want to play because he has somewhere he has to go. And I'm just like, well, then why the fuck did you stay if you have somewhere to go? So you don't want to play it out, but you rather go ahead and just play. And then, what did he wanted to roll the dice. So, and I know you're good at manipulating the dice because you wanted to go, because you really got to have to go. I can't beat a 12. And I'm just like, I'd rather play it out. Give me the chance to play it out. Because I felt it was unfair that I didn't have to play it out. I did exceptionally well for my first time. Beating people I've never beaten. Playing a very whacked out Chaos deck at that point too. It was like Chaos Stun. I'll do a video on it. But it was like, damn, this is like legitimately my first time I'm ever actually winning, and I'm actually at the finals in an event, and I get shafted because the opponent didn't want to play. He rather roll dice, and then rolled a 12 because we know you manipulated the dice to win it. And I felt so cheated. And I was like, well then why did he even stay? And it's okay because his friend got robbed, and that wasn't my fault either. So then let's see. I won my next major event at D20. That was with Grapekeeper, because fucking Sector. And then from there, I really didn't have too many wins or stuff, just a lot more tops. Because then I switched over to Medolce. It was a very strenuous switch over to Medolce, because holy shit, Medolce was horrible. And the deck is good, it's just the deck is one of those decks that when you see it pop up, you know it's going to pop off. So, while it is rogue, it pops the fuck off. And Medolce has been in numerous events where it's popped off. Then, let's see. Were there any other events pop? Oh, the top 8 at double tap that I got. I got 6, but still got nothing out of it. Just because of the fact that I lost to Battling Boxer, to someone who's now become a racist white supremacist. Yeah, that's nothing new. And then, he quit shortly after, if I'm not mistaken, because he went to YCS San Mateo, and he was warned by the judges, if he continues to act like a clown, they're going to ban him like a clown. And then shortly after, I heard he got banned. So, probably doesn't even play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore either. So, then from there, I remember being shafted by a friend at a locals because he wanted to go home early. Mind you, they're getting ready to start doing the cutoff. If I had stayed, I would have made it to the top 4. Yeah. And this is not once, this is multiple times too. It's like, fuck you, dude. You're just mad because I'm playing better than you do and you don't even want to try. That's legitimately how it was. He didn't want to try. So, then from there, don't remember too many other tops or playing in other. Oh, no. Take it back. Um, Games of Berkeley, because Games of Berkeley had events. And I topped a few Games of Berkeley's. I remember the major event that happened in Games of Berkeley. For, I believe it was the sneak peek. We had a major big sneak peek tournament. And I topped. Did I top 8? I did. I topped 8. I topped 8 at that event. I did a video on it. I did not only get the winner mat, but that was the rare occasion where topping out an event actually did give me a decent prize. Rare occasion, because some people who do top major events, they don't, major events or, sneak peeks and stuff, they don't get a lot of major stuff for it. But I did top. I got the mat. I got a couple of cards from Invasion Vengeance, just to build up Performing Power for Mage. And then that was pretty much about it, because at that point I was just like, yeah, no. I think I was pretty much at that point. And then I moved. So I hadn't really played in any locals or major events after that point, because that was like 2017 or so. So yeah, because when did Invasion Vengeance come out? Because I know it had to have been. Yeah, so no, after Invasion Vengeance sneak peek, that was pretty much about it. I didn't enter any major things after, because I had moved. And there was one locals I did play. I did do well, but yeah, you see the shift in the meta when it's like, yeah, because Zodiac is a thing. But other than that, throughout the rest of the experiences in terms of locals, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Always at the short end of the stick. Not, it's an experience of things. It does humble you. It does. What I've played digitally, if I had the time and the effort and wanting to care that much, not really. Because I haven't been to any Yu-Gi-Oh! Events at my current locals, Destiny Fantasy Games. Because they host locals on Saturdays. But it's just like, even their self, it's just like, I don't want to deal with current Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. Because what is current Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta? Snake Eye. Flamesmith. It's just like, oh shit, I'd rather not. I think I'm good. So, yeah. Maybe when the format changes, I'll consider it. Maybe when the money and stuff is together, I'll consider it. But just at the point in time, no, I'm really just like, yeah, no, I'm good. And it's just like, yeah, no, I just rather not. But like I said, all my experiences throughout just the locals events where you experience you're good, you experience you're bad. There was experience of things that you're like, yeah, this really sucks, or yeah, this is really, really good. And I've experienced a lot of that. I'm not gonna lie. I've experienced some good trade, some bad trade, some good moments, some bad moments. This is how Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself goes. And while that outweighs the good, I mean, there were a lot of just good moments, and a lot of respect earned, which I feel like that's one of those things that I always tell people. I earn my respect. I don't want it to be given to me for free. So, that's always a big thing there. And it's one of those things that, yeah, everyone has their experiences with locals. They have experiences with events and stuff. In my next video, which is the part 2 to this, I'm going to talk about my regional experiences. So you guys get to hear about my regional stuff. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I forget, is there any other events that I've been to in locals? Because I'm just thinking off the top of my head, so do forgive me. Oh, there was a place in Dublin, but I don't think I ever topped those events. I just went... Oh, I got like... No, I was always going to, too. Never mind. Okay, so we're going to scratch that. So, yeah, that was pretty much my big experiences of things there for locals. And If there are any questions and stuff, yeah, you can definitely ask in the comment section, and I'll be free to answer them. Because then we're going to talk about my regional experiences. Yay, regionals. Um, and how I experienced a lot of stuff during regional events and talking about my regional experiences there. So that one's going to be a bulkier one than this. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, you can definitely leave them in the comment section below. I'll probably leave in the comment section a list of the decks that I played, just to remember off the top of my head for my regional event. I mean, for my locals. I don't have deck lists for those off the top of my head, and I'd have to like strenuously go through things. But those are for retro deck profile ideas as well that I can easily do too. So yeah, do stay tuned for that. So in terms, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more of my content to my channel. My social media links, they're going to be in the description box below, and you guys can check out the playlist itself to see other content that I have had. So with that said, thanks everyone for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.